ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Sir Woolfolk here in the best country in the world, known as Nairobi, Kenya. And I am here with a very young lady. Would you like to tell the people what your name is?
I'm Teresa Awar, 23. And yeah.
And she is here today to have a conversation with me that I am very, very, very curious about. I don't know if anyone of you have seen me before, but I have been on the interwebs here and there, especially late last year due to being here in Kenya and talking about my experiences being here in Kenya. But something strange happened when I left. For one reason or another, when I left, a lot of people were in complete outrage with some of the things that I said. I would like to clarify some of those things, and I would also like to gain a bit of an understanding as to why saying certain things such as Kenyan women are very feminine, why that triggered so many people. So we're going to talk about that and much more. We're going to jump right into it. How are you doing today, Trizza?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I was pretty excited about starting this here podcast and what have you. Have a decent little setup here. I see you look like you're a bit relaxed. You're drinking on a little something over there. What's that you have over there?
A red wine. Actually, it's pretty good.
Okay. Is it sweet?
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's sweet. Okay. What is that? Okay, Delush. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's that box next to the wine? What is that there? What is that?
Strawberry and milk chocolate. I'm so excited for this.
Chocolate covered strawberries.
This is gonna be my first time to try this.
Gonna be your first time.
Yeah.
Your first time. Okay. Absolutely.
I hope I like that. Thanks for the gift.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. I hope you enjoy that.
Sure.
After you eat it, I want you to send me a review to let me know how it
A
was.
review.
Yeah, send me a review. Just thumbs up, thumbs down. Pretty basic stuff.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair.
Absolutely. Okay, so have you heard of the term passport bros before?
Yeah.
And what have you heard about these so-called passport bros?
Okay, so for me, passport bros are African Americans who come to third world countries to try and see how people live here, and then they recommend it to their fellow Americans if they like it or not.
Okay.
They give us something like a review. And they just kind of stay here for a while, probably like 3 months or 6 months. Trying to know the country, trying to navigate the city, know everything about it, and then kind of recommend it to their
peers and what have you. Okay, and have you met many of these passport bros or no?
Okay, I wouldn't say many, but a few.
A few?
Yeah.
Okay. What was their nationality, ethnicity? What nation were they from?
Okay, what do you mean by ethnicity?
Ethnicity meaning black, white, otherwise.
Okay, for me, the passport bros must be black.
Okay, so.
I've never met a white passport bro before.
Okay. Have you met, let's say, for example, a white American guy before?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Caucasian? Yeah.
But they're not classified as passport bros here in Kenya.
Okay, the ones I've met are definitely not passport bros.
Because
it's either they're working here or they're visiting. Yeah.
Either they're working. Okay.
Visiting or working.
Okay.
But they're not paid to stay in a country.
Paid to stay in the country?
Yeah, by the government.
So the belief is that passport bros are paid by the government to stay?
By the government to stay in a third world country and kind of review.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the first time I've come across that. I've never heard that before.
Wait, what do you think passport bros are?
No, none of us are.
You don't know?
First time I've heard of that. If someone's being paid to live overseas, hey, I want to know about it. If anybody in the comment section knows anything about foreigners being paid to live in another country, let me know, okay? Send me a DM on Instagram at Sir Woolfolk. I want to know about it, okay? I want some extra money in my pocket, okay? But yeah, no, this is the first time I heard about that. No.
Okay, fine. What's Passport Bro?
That's why we're having a conversation. Passport Bro, I believe that term was coined by a Black American guy in like, I think 2019, 2020-ish. To me, it's a term, a term to, I don't know, make people feel cool about themselves. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how it came about. Once upon a time, I identified as a passport bro because it was a new, trendy thing. However, I'm glad we're talking about this because when I identified as a passport bro at that point in time, it was essentially, I'll tell you this way, it wasn't what it is now. Yeah.
What was it? Tell me. I need to know.
When it first, kind of caught wind, if you will, it was essentially about mostly Black guys who decided America is not the way. We're seeking better abroad.
Oh.
Meaning, we're looking for wives abroad. We want to have children abroad. We want to live abroad. We want our children and our grandchildren to be outside of that country. That's essentially what it was. So it's essentially looking for greener pastures abroad. Very simple. Very simple. It was very
By
cut and
abroad,
dry.
do you mean third world countries?
Abroad meaning overseas.
Overseas.
Yeah, outside of the States. Yeah, that's essentially what it was. It's pretty simple.
So no like poorer countries.
No, it was
than
just
America.
abroad.
It was just abroad.
Yeah, just overseas.
Just overseas.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
get on a plane and cross an ocean. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what it was.
so why not America though? Why wouldn't you not find a wife in America?
Well, I'll put it this way. There are a lot of struggles. There are a lot of crazy things going on in the great United States of America. I love you. Don't cancel me. There are a lot of crazy things happening in that country.
In the country.
Yeah,
So you can't find a wife in America.
It's not just about the. You see, as men, we think about our legacy. We think about the future. We think generations. So it's not about a single individual. It's about the culture that she comes from. It's about the future. It's about where is this country going? What direction is it going in?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not about a singular individual. It's really not. A lot of people, say, about passport bros and whatnot that, they hate Black women, like Black American women and things of that nature.
Wait, a lot of passport bros hate Black American women.
That's what a lot of, the female combatants, if you will, that's what they say on social media. They say
On
things
social
like
media.
that. Yeah. Like, oh, they're only going overseas.
You wouldn't agree though.
No.
No?
No, it's not. No, it's deeper than that. Like I said, it's deep. It's so much deeper. It's not surface level at all. The food, the chemicals that are in our foods, which I happen to believe that has a lot to do with why people think they can be a boy yesterday and today they're a girl.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Because of the food?
Yeah. The water, all the chemical. Yeah. Billy Gates, Billy Sates. How do you say his name? Billy. I think it's Sates. I don't know. I forgot.
Bill Gates?
No, I don't think it's that name.
What other bill do you know?
I don't know. I forgot. So things like that.
Okay.
The things like that matter. And I don't. A lot of us, we're looking for more traditional societies.
More traditional.
More traditional society in comparison to that of what's going on in America. You want more?
Okay, by traditional, do you mean the wife who stays at home, cooks, cleans,
and
the husband goes to work, or what do you mean by traditional?
A traditional society, meaning, did you know that in America right now, if a child goes to his teacher or the principal and was like, hey, I think I was born in the wrong body. I think I'm supposed to be a girl. And then you as the parent, if you interfere with that, if you try to parent your child into the way you're supposed to parent your child, they can put you in jail.
Oh, great America.
Yeah, they can put you in jail for parenting your child.
Crazy. My child?
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So when I say a more traditional society,
You mean that?
yeah.
Oh,
You're going to put me
okay.
in jail for parenting my child? Yeah, time to go. Time to go. It's time to go.
This is crazy. The great
Yeah.
American dream.
Yeah. And so now, a lot of us, American guys who are over here, we believe that we found the cheat code. We found the new American dream. And a lot of people back home are pretty jealous about it, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
If they seem to be a bit testy about that. Oh, you guys shouldn't have left. You should have stayed on the hamster wheel with us.
uh-huh.
I had to go.
Greener pastures over here.
I had to leave. Yeah, greener pastures. Absolutely. Yeah, so, yeah, that whole deal. And so you're within your dating history here in the great country of Nairobi. How have your experiences been? Let's start with the Kenyan guys, the local
With the
Kenyan
Kenyan guys,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
local Kenyan guys. So let me tell you something. If you're dating here in Kenya, let me say here in Nairobi, it's pretty tough. Mostly if you're dating a Kenyan man, because it's one big
Bedroom.
bedroom. You're sharing your man with like 20 other chicks, but you just don't know about it yet. But generally, that's a stereotype though. If you meet a nice Kenyan guy, there are nice Kenyan guys, I wouldn't lie. They're nice Kenyan guys, but most of them are just weird. Most of them are just weird, I won't lie. They wanna be polygamous, but then they hide under being monogamous.
Okay.
But just be you, be polygamous. Say I'm polygamous. I want 20 wives. And if I agree, then yeah. If I don't, then fuck off. You know what I'm saying? You don't hide under.
It could all be so simple.
Yeah, just
For those
say
of you
it.
who follow my IG, it could all be so simple. Why are you lying?
Why are you lying?
Why are you lying? You've seen my IG, correct?
Yeah.
Do I seem like the type of guy that would lie about who I'm with?
No.
Guys, out there in TV land, stop lying. It's very feminine to lie. I was taught that for you to be lying means that you're afraid. Why are you afraid?
Exactly.
What are you
Just
afraid of?
just own it. Be you. Be you, honestly. Because there's some guys out here or girls who are just happy to be in a relationship. They can choose that. But here in Nairobi, it's one here. If you're dating a Kenyan guy, whether he's in Kenya, whether he's abroad, whether he's anywhere, Kenyan men are just so weird. I don't know if it's about the families you were raised in, the culture, the traditions. I really don't know, but Kenyan men are just so weird.
Yeah, I would have to agree, actually. Hello, Happy. Hello, darling. Weren't we just talking about this very, very recently? About how strange a lot of the local guys can be when it comes to this very topic. The word that I used was weird.
Did you?
I used the word weird. The movements are weird.
And do you know what's crazy too? Like a Kenyan man can lay a hand on you and you won't do nothing. Nobody will actually help you. Like they can actually, gender-based violence is actually really something that happens.
Interesting.
And you can't even report it because actually the police will be like, yeah, you're too mouthy, you should be beaten.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? But it's still gender-based violence. It's something that really happens and nobody really talks about it. Even femicide, like, it's a law. It's about how Kenyan men were raised, their families and everything. It's just...
That actually is something that I believe needs to be spoken up more. About, actually. Because any of the women that I have dated here could attest that I am not violent in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, if you want to fight, can you just fight another man, somebody you can compare to? Like, if you want to fight somebody, you can fight. Why are you fighting me? I can't even throw a punch.
Very, very feminine. Very feminine, actually. Very, very feminine. Another conversation that I had recently, which is still based on this topic, is I'm seeing far too many effeminate mannerisms and behaviors from men here, and it's bothersome.
Yep.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
No, I mean it bothers me. Like, hi Rachel. It bothers me. It pisses me off. It makes me sweat. Like I get angry.
Okay, can you give an example?
The mannerisms, a lot of the mannerisms, when a lot the everything, the mannerisms, the way that they speak,
The way they speak.
they're identical to the men and the women. They're identical in so many ways. Like if I'm talking to a man, men, our voices project. Our voices project when we talk.
Wow.
In
better
case
recognize?
you didn't know that, our voices actually project. It has something called bass. God gave you that so that you could use it. Use it. It bothers me when a man is trying to talk to me and he sounds like a woman and he's speaking softly and he's whispering and his mannerisms are very bowy and very feminine and he's just smiling and he's just so timid like a chihuahua.
Ooh.
That bothers me.
Yeah, true.
To the point where on a number of I feel myself getting hot now just talking about it. I'm getting hot. To the point that on a number of occasions I've literally in the moment given tips to guys. Like stand up straight. Stand up straight. Like when you speak to me, you need to look at me when you talk to me. Don't look at the ground, don't look over here. Look at me when you talk to me. Put some bass in your voice. Stand up. Don't allow anybody to just talk to you any kind of way. You're a man. Act like it. It bothers me. It bothers me.
But I feel like it depends on the kind of person you meet. Because let's just say not all of them are like that.
Oh, yeah. I know all of them are not like that.
But most of them are.
To the extent that it bothers me. That's how I know it happens too often. Right?
Yeah, right.
If it bothers me, that means it's happening too often. Another example of something that not everyone does, but it happens often enough that it bothers me to a high degree. The begging. When you see me, don't ask me for any money.
Wait.
When I leave this apartment and I'm outside, people of Kenya, don't ask me for money. I'm not giving you money.
I mean, listen, if you have the money, share. Sharing is caring.
I'm not doing it.
Sharing is caring.
It is not my responsibility to liberate a country from whatever financial burdens that they are currently having. That's not my responsibility.
Crazy.
But your president, however, talk to him about that. That's his responsibility now.
Yo.
So, not to say that everyone begs, but it happens enough to where it bothers me. Just an example of something that happens enough that is bothersome. So, yeah, all the men here are not, don't have these effeminate mannerisms and what have you, but it happens too much. And you guys really got to do a better job on that. Moving on past the local guys from your dating life and what have you, how about Black Americans, the guys that hail from my country?
Okay. So let's start from here. The good-looking gentlemen, most of them, they have money, but okay, if they come here with the dollars, the dollars equate to something, you know? And they know their men. They know their responsibility. They know what to do. Like for a girl, if they meet a girl, they know their responsibilities. They know they should pay for your cab or pick you up. They should treat you good. You know, you're a woman. You know. So I think that attracts most of us.
Okay.
But then again, the American culture.
Okay.
Can I say culture? Do you people even have culture?
I'm sorry?
The American mannerism.
American mannerisms and culture. Okay.
And culture. So like when you're talking to me and let's say you don't understand my accent. Okay, I don't know if you don't understand my accent or you just pretend not to. But yeah, I find that very funny. And also the way they talk to you, like there's some things that you shouldn't know, like probably some songs. Probably
Oh, there's some things
some
that.
kind of foods, or probably using a chopstick.
Ah.
Why is that weird that I could use a chopstick? Like, oh wow, you could use a chopstick.
Oh my God. That's
Or
happened before?
you listen, yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
You
That's
you
embarrassing.
listen to Sexy Red, you listen to Ice Spice. Like, yeah, we're not in 1960s. We've evolved. Like, come on, we have social media. We have things are happening in Africa too. Okay, but yeah, and also most of our bullies, like most bullies are actually African Americans. It comes down to your hair, to your lashes, to your nail extensions.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
So
judgmental.
very judgmental.
Even, but you said bully, so it's worse than judgmental. It's gotten to the point where it's essentially bullying, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wow. About, you said your nails, your
Yeah,
lashes.
your nails, your lashes, your hair. It's like,
What are some of the type of things that you would hear these guys say?
okay, there's a time I was with this black American guy, let me say a passport bro. And then we saw this other chick, she was really tall and dark and really pretty to me. Like, I could see her and I'm like, oh wow, she's so pretty. And then he'd go like, no, that might be a dude. Have you seen the lash extensions? Have you seen her hair? Have you seen how tall she is? Have you seen how dark she is? And I'm like, what?
Have you seen how dark she is?
Dark she is.
What does that mean? What is that supposed to imply?
I don't know. I'm not American, so I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. And
But yeah,
how
I was
recent?
like, that must be a dude.
Interesting. And how recent was that?
I'd say, oh fuck, that's gonna get me in trouble. If
Okay.
you're gonna cut this part,
Okay.
that's
well,
gonna get me in trouble.
Okay.
But
I understand that. Okay. Wow. The bullying, that word really startled me, if I'm being honest. Like that because I have a daughter. Even when I see videos on social media of like children bullying, like, you know, the little girl in class, or like I will come up to that school.
that bully you for your accent,
I'll
for
come up to that school and destroy everything.
the kind of food you eat.
They bully you about the food that you eat.
Yeah, the food you eat, your accent, what else? The kind of music you listen to and how you dance. It's a lot, yeah. It's the American way, let me say. It's our westernization, let me say.
Westernization.
Yeah.
So they want to bully you
Because you're not too westernized, or you're, yeah.
because you're not westernized.
No, yeah, because you're
enough.
not western, yeah.
Because you're not westernized. So they want to talk ish.
Yeah, because they think they're superior than you. They think since we come from America, the Western way is the right way. If you're still in Africa, you're still evolving. You're still.
And I was wondering if this is going to come up because I've seen it myself and it bothers me. Yeah, I've seen that myself on numerous occasions and it bothers me. I can tell by the way someone's acting, by the way that they're looking.
Exactly. Why would someone's accent really piss you off? Because they're not talking like you. Why would you be like, huh? Huh?
Wow, they do all that. Yeah. Here's a piece of advice to guys who are not from anywhere. I mean, if you're not from Colombia, why are you flying to Colombia and then talking shit about the way that they dance and the way that they speak? They're in their country. How about you go back to yours? If you take issue with the way that they are in their country. Imagine people coming to America and then be like, why do you talk like that? Because I'm from New York, this is how we talk in New York. You got a problem with it? Well, how about you go back to where you from? So let's not be ignorant. I'm trying to keep myself composed. Let's not be children. You're an adult, act like one. You're in their country. Have some respect. And if you can't manage to do that, stay in your Airbnb and don't come out. And wait until your flight so you can go back to where you come from. How about that? These types of bullying types of behaviors, have you experienced that from men outside of America who come here?
Outside, no. Sadly not. Okay, first off, let me just start by saying that I've never been bullied by an African American, but I hear stories and I've experienced how they talk. And if they perceive someone else like that who looks like me, then they'll probably do that to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've never actually like experienced it directly, but I've seen how they describe other people and the preachers that, no, but you're okay, I like you, you're fine.
Yeah, no.
But no, you can't.
We're not doing that. And before any of you folks jump down in that comment section and try to say, oh, well, she's not validated because she hasn't experienced it herself, you must be a child. You must be a child. Because if I'm fat, if I'm a morbidly obese person, and then I see you and I witness you talking ish about another morbidly obese person, that's your character, my boy. That's your character.
Yeah, that's you.
But you're not gonna say, oh, but you're the cool kind of fat person. Yeah, no, you're a shitty person. How about that? Yeah, you, the one talking shit. You're the shitty person. Yeah, surprise! In case you didn't know. Yeah, you're the shitty person. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's rather unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, that's rather unfortunate. Interesting. Okay.
Anyway. So, but with the whites and the other race,
the Wazungus, the whites, Indians, Chinese,
the Indian. Ooh, the Indians.
Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh, what about the Indians? Talk about the Indians.
Indians, please don't kill me. I'm still young.
Okay. She's got a long life to live.
But no.
Uh-oh.
Have you seen how the Indians bosses treat the African workers that they have? It's really shitty. And please, Kenyans, let's talk about it, because no, the Indian workers don't treat us fellow Africans well. They think that we deserve less. They just give you a bad pay, treat you badly, don't give you offs, and they still want you to do 100. If you don't do 100, you probably get arrested. I mean, it's just so shitty. Okay, fine. Apart from that, also, you can't marry an Indian or date an Indian just because you're black. They're actually very anti-black people. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the families where they come from, but they're very anti-black. One thing I know, even some black Indians, they actually bleach their skins in India so that they can fit in. Because if you're darker, they just think you must be a worker. You must be so, I don't know. It's so shitty, but hey, to each their own. But I never date an Indian though.
Wow. You know, it's interesting that the first thing that you started to speak about when it comes to the Indians are the like the managers and what have you, the employees in the workplace.
In the workplace.
I thought that was interesting that you brought that up, because I've only had one experience with Indians here in the great country of Nairobi, and I don't want to have another.
Exactly.
Because I went to an Indian restaurant without knowing it's an Indian restaurant. It just so happens to be right across the street from where I currently live. It was walking distance, so I walked there. I thought I was in a prison. I thought at any moment they will come and say, okay, chow time's done. Back to your cell.
Yeah.
I thought at any moment they were going to tell me to go back to my cell. It felt like a prison. Like they're all standing around, just leaning against the wall with their arms crossed, just staring at us, just observing us.
As if you can't afford anything.
Yeah.
And you should be cleaning the tables and wiping the floors and...
Yeah.
What?
Staring like
It's crazy.
There was a woman. I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe she was the owner. She was some type of manager, supervisor. She probably was one of the owners. This woman, I watched her watch Africans. I watched her watch Africans. She was watching like she was observing like a gorilla in a zoo.
It is you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing here? Excuse me?
And she was so uncomfortable. And if you notice, there are, from my experience, it's like they have to have a lot of them within the building in order for them to feel comfortable around us. Because it's like with numbers is power. So it's like the more of them that are there, it's almost like they need a lot of them to be in there in order for them to feel comfortable. Because visibly, you can tell they were not comfortable. Me looking at the employees, I felt bad for them. And I'm not saying this because you started off talking about the workplace. I said that in my own mind. I was like, I feel bad for them. They look like they look like they hate working here.
Yeah.
They look like they hate working here. They look like they're working in a prison.
They pay you so bad, I'm telling you, and they're treated like shit. It's not okay.
I can tell.
Indians, you should do better because you've been with us since 1960s. We've been fighting this independence with you guys. Back when you people were working the train, the railways and whatever, you should treat us better. Honestly. Because there are even a tribe here because there are so many. There's even a tribe for the Indians here in Kenya.
Oh, wow.
And still, they're very colorist. Yeah.
Now that's powerful right there. Yeah. I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, but how do you mess up French fries?
Oh,
I didn't think that was possible. How do you make nasty French fries? I thought it was impossible to mess up fries. No salt. I didn't even finish eating the fries. The fries were disgusting. I had chicken tikka. Never again.
What?
Never again.
You don't like Indian food?
I didn't like theirs. Their chicken tikka was absolutely, it was pointless. I
Come
don't
on.
even know why I ordered it. And they brought out the 4 little sauces, the 4 little random, tasteless, pointless sauce. I don't know who came up with that idea for those 4 sauces. None of them were good. They were horrible. Y'all need to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. Yeah, me and the
You
woman.
should mention the restaurant.
I should mention the restaurant.
You should, so that we don't go there.
Oh yeah. Oh well, it's in Westlands, and it starts with an R.
Starts with an R.
Yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why there was only 2 tables in there with customers. My table, neither one of us liked any. She didn't like my date. She didn't like her food either. And then there was another table, and it was funny because she says that boy over there at the table does not like his food. I can tell. I looked at him. I was like, oh, he's miserable.
Ooh.
He's miserable.
We need the tea. We really need the tea.
I wish it's like, I could probably see it if I look out the window. It starts with an R. It's like Rosini or something to that extent.
Holy shit, you people do better.
Rose something.
And I'm so sure they're very expensive now.
Yes, they are expensive.
They are?
Yeah, they're more expensive. I'm like, wow.
How are the quantities? Is it like a good amount or
The quantity?
Yeah.
The amount is good.
Disgusting.
It was the taste that was the issue.
Dang, boy.
I was waiting for them to ask me how my food was because I was going to tell the truth. I wasn't going to lie.
Crazy.
I was going to tell them the cold, hard truth. I didn't enjoy any of that. I won't be back here.
Ooh, yeah, that's the kind of tea we want.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that's the kind of tea we want.
And that lady, I don't know if she was the owner or whoever she was, I can see how uncomfortable she was. She was like tiptoeing around us. And she was
trying to see if you're gonna steal the forks.
Possibly.
And the napkins.
Possibly.
They're very shady.
Possibly.
That's not cool.
And
but my Indian friends, I love you though.
And she was standing in front of me the entire time. I was able to see her. It confirmed to me. I already knew that she wasn't comfortable being around blacks. What confirmed to me that she wasn't, she tiptoed around, came behind me, and was like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like,
Behind you is
Behind
crazy.
me. All this space in front of me.
In front of you.
So what does that say? Psychologically, she's not comfortable enough and she's too afraid to face me.
To face you, yeah.
To face me.
Yeah.
Just head on. She tiptoed and was behind my back. And I had to pause. I was like, is there somebody? I was like, why are you behind? I'm like, yes. I'm like, I'm fine. And I turned back around and I'm thinking in my mind, that was very strange. So when she goes back, my date, she says, is that good manners for her to do that? And I was like, no. I was like, that was very, very strange.
Very rude.
Very rude and very strange. Why are you behind me? Who does that?
Why are you talking to me from behind?
Yeah. Where she was in front of me the entire time. And I saw her staring at my date with a very jealous facial expression while she was looking at my date's outfit. Yeah, I saw that. I was watching you watch her. I was watching you watch everybody, actually. Do better.
Do better.
Do better. Now. But you know what's interesting about the colorist thing? That's something that's been bothering me for a long time because I actually have been very attracted to Indian women my entire life. But once I realized they're beautiful, a lot of them are gorgeous. But the colorist thing?
With the new generation, it's cool. You can date them, but you can't marry them because the older generation don't accept a darker skin. They don't think a darker skin is beautiful compared to a white complexion, which that's very scary.
Yeah. I see that the demonization of dark skin is actually a worldwide thing.
It's really worldwide. Even the Arabs.
Yes. Yep. All throughout Asia. It's in Asia bad. All the bleaching of the skin. I've never seen...
crazy.
Oh, yeah. I've seen Thai women from spending my time in Thailand. I've seen old pictures of some of the Thai ladies that I dated. And when they were young, they were damn near as dark as me. You would never know that by looking at them today. You would never guess they used to be damn near my complexion.
Yeah, even the K-pop stars, they bleach their skin.
Yep. Yeah, the demonization of melanated skin is a worldwide phenomenon. The crazy thing about it is that they admire everything that we create and everything that we are at the same time.
But there's some race that also admires the dark skin, like the Chinese.
Want to dance like us, want to wear their hair like us.
They want to wear our hair like ours. They want to do everything else like ours.
They
want to be us, apart from the melanin. Which that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
how can you admire everything about me but know my skin?
It's a mental illness.
It's a mental illness.
It's a sickness. It's a sickness that's plagued the world for far too long.
I think it's trauma.
It's what?
Trauma.
Trauma.
Trauma, yeah. Because we were colonized by the whites. And we were made to think the whites were superior and much more beautiful than the dark skin. And it spread everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody was colonized by that white man.
Spread like a plague.
Exactly. So it got... The melanin got... It was like a phobia now. It was like, oh, if you're melanated, you should be a slave. You should be a worker. You should be... You know...
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
We blame it on slavery, though.
Well.
Yeah.
So, leaving the Indians alone, we're done picking on you guys for the time being, at least. So, who we got left? The other four. I see a lot of Chinese folks. I see a lot of white folks here.
Oh, Chinese love blacks.
Really?
Yeah.
In Kenya. Okay.
Chinese adore black women.
Interesting. I wouldn't know.
Chinese, if you're a black woman, go for the Chinese. I'm telling you. There's something about, they're very curious. They want to know you. They want to understand you. And the fact that they also admire you at the same time. And they don't really judge because they've been also judged before because of their, But
why'd you do this?
No, don't get me cancelled.
You did it with 2
Don't
hands.
get me cancelled, boy.
I'm just very observative. That's all. That's all it is.
I'm just saying, okay. But yeah, the Chinese really like black women. Even our hair, everything about us, they find it very fascinating. which I also find it very fascinating. That's why I go for the Chinese. Go for the Chinese men.
Okay. Okay. That's very cool. That's very cool. You know, I'm actually a big proponent of. That's even the way that I live my life. People, like women say, do you have a type? I always say, yeah. And then when they say, what's your type? I say, my type is a woman that likes me a whole lot. That's my type.
That's your type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are like, these folks over here like me a whole lot, I think you should, yeah. So.
I mean, come on.
That's the way
They're
I live
also
my
cute.
life.
They're cute too.
Okay.
And very talented, very smart. The Chinese are just... There's something about the Chinese. They're very smart, very gentle,
Are there
kind of cute.
like the Chinese folks that are here? Are they like all foreigners, or there are like Chinese people like grew up here as well? Like when you were in grade school, did you go to school with Chinese people?
Yeah, but mostly they were kind of mixed
With Kenyan?
with Kenyan, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
kind of mixed with Kenyan. But a full Chinese, I've never actually like seen them growing up until like when I got to uni, that's when I started interacting with them.
Oh.
But in the neighborhood, yeah, I could see them, but it was either they were visiting or, you know, doing something. But yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen many Chinese folks here, but when I see them, I immediately assume that they're foreigners, that they're visiting.
Yeah.
I never even considered that they live here. Actually.
Some of them do.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Some of them came to visit, found a really nice Kenyan lady, and they decided to settle. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. I plan on settling myself.
Period.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what has your experience been with the white folks?
The Caucasian,
The Caucasians.
from the mountain of Caucasus. Okay. The whites are cool, but white people are very sexually explode.
Exploitive?
No, how do I say it?
Exploitive?
Sexually educated? No. Like they have a lot of weird fetishes. They know a lot. They know a lot.
Cause they created all of them, just about.
Yo. They have weird fetishes.
Yeah.
They're kind of weird in that kind of sense. But listen, if you're good at that, I'd want to know too, because I also want to explore. But hey, there's some certain places that you don't explore, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, there's a little app called Telegram. A lot of you Caucasian people are on that app. A lot of those groups doing some very weird things.
I know. Like, how did they come up with those kind of fantasies?
Yeah. You know, and you know. And so I find it very curious that, you know, I come to Kenya last year and I call Kenyan women feminine and soft, and people lose their minds. All in the comments, oh, who's gonna tell him?
Who's gonna tell her when his money runs out? That's gonna be it.
Oh, wait till the dollar runs out. He must never went to Uganda and Tanzania. Oh, who's gonna tell him?
Who's gonna tell him?
Lose their minds. I thought that everything that I've said about Kenyan women were very much on the positive side of things.
No, listen, we are very feminine. It's just that our men don't like us to be in that kind of environment. They want to keep us on toes, because most of them listen to Andrew Kibe or this other kind of misogynistic men who just think women are there for one thing, which is very absurd. I mean, if you want to listen to Andrew Kibe, just be gay, put some Lulu on his back. But yeah, Kenyan men should allow Kenyan women to be feminine. They should just let Kenyan women, because Kenyan men are so sexy. Kenyan men are very good looking and very tall. But you people just want to fight women left, right, and center. You just You don't want women to be women. You want women to be men too.
Ooh.
And if yeah,
Then Kenyan men would work very well with African American women
I mean,
because they're basically dudes. So,
oh,
so if the Kenyan men that's how. Hey, I got a list of African American women that would. She'll be the man. She'll take care of you.
she'll take care of you.
Yeah, you can stay at home. Oh yeah.
They'd love that.
Oh yeah,
They'd love that.
Yeah, they'll peg you and everything. Put the strap on. Oh, yeah, they do all that. Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah, but see, now we're getting back to those weird fetishes and what have you that we were talking about earlier when it comes to the Caucasian folks. And what I was alluding to is I find it strange that I call Kenyan women very soft and submissive, or not submissive, but soft. And I said soft and feminine. People lose their minds. I haven't seen one video talking about those white folks and them weird fetishes that they got and how they're exploitive with a lot of the women when they come here. I haven't heard anything about that.
They are. I just think it's where you look.
I've been looking.
Have you searched it like white men with weird fetishes?
It's not just no, I don't know if I searched it like that.
It's not the kind of content you interact with. That's why you don't see it.
Well, okay. Yeah, my brain wouldn't think to search that.
Okay, no, but if you want to get educated, you'd search it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, if you want to know something, you'd search it. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting for one to go viral. I guess. I don't
know. Want to go viral.
I'm waiting. I'm just. I want equal energy to go around for everybody who deserves the energy. I'm trying to figure out. It seems to be an imbalance of negative energy that's being thwarted towards those who look like me and come from where I come from and decide to come here. I tend to think that there is an unbalance of negative energy.
Towards the black.
Yeah, I believe, hey, let's take some of that off of our plate. They deserve some too.
Do you know why Africans really get so offended? Because you are like me. You're black like me. You know the struggles, and I'm coming to you for comfort, and you can't even give me that. You're trying to put me down, and you look like me. Like, what the fuck is your problem? You should console me. But no, since you're American, you're trying to join the other race, and that's kind of betrayal. That's why we actually detest you so much. That's why we talk about it so much. That's why, like, if you do anything weird to me and you're black, I'd be like, why is this black man doing this towards me and I'm also black? Like, why can't we all just love each other and coexist without the Western whatever taking the bigger...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a part of it. So that's what that's about.
Yeah, that's betrayal. It's absurd. Like, I'm looking, it's like an albino with another albino. This other albino has been bullied for being albino. Then this other albino is a celebrity. Then the albino goes to this other albino, like, yo, listen, I've been bullied. And then this albino is like, yeah, it's actually your fault. Because, you don't have money like me. Or you're not in my social class. It's your fault. That's how we feel. It's betrayal.
Wow. And that's legitimately what you have seen black Americans behave like and respond like.
I'm not saying all. I'm
saying, but you've witnessed it. It's out there. You're not making this up. It's out there.
It's out there, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean by do better. That's what I mean by we got to do better when we come here. There's a guy who I have a big distaste for, a black American guy. I believe he's on TikTok making a lot of videos. His last name is strange. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know his first name is Brandon. I don't like you, bro.
Wait, I've not seen that guy.
Yeah, it's Brandon something. It's like Brandon Ira or something like that.
What are they?
Yeah, I seen him make a lot of videos.
About black Americans?
Ooh, about Kenyans.
About Kenyans?
And he's living in Kenya from America.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Boy, let's not find you.
yeah, he
like
speaks.
it.
Oh my God,
What does he say?
the superiority complex is baffling. His superiority complex because he's American and he's in Kenya, so now everybody needs to bow down to me.
Yeah,
and I'm the
kiss your
king.
food and do, you know.
It's baffling. I've never seen. He's got it the worst. He's you've probably seen him. Most of the videos that he makes, he's not wearing a shirt.
Wait, the one that stays at Tattoo City
Uh,
with the white chick?
I don't know. I don't watch his videos, but in my group chat, my Nairobi group chat, or a couple different WhatsApp group chats that I'm in, his videos have been circling, and every time I hear him talk, I'm like, I think
You
he
need
was
to
on,
shut up.
I think he was on a short bus when he was growing up. So I don't think you guys had a short bus here, but in my country, the short bus were for the students who wore helmets in class because they couldn't stop banging their heads on the desk because something was wrong with them mentally.
Oh,
I believe he may have been on the short bus when he was
Probably.
growing up, unfortunately. And that's no diss to short bus people. I love y'all.
like if you're among us and you're against us, then everybody else will be against you. Because even the whites are against him. The blacks are also now against him. So where does he stand?
Who are you referring to?
The Brandon person.
Oh, that same fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually heard on numerous occasions that because I'm Black American like him, now we're all lumped in the same boat.
Yeah, it's the
Because
kind of Akina Brandon that represent you out here. That's why you have a bad reputation.
Yeah. So now we're all in the same boat because of that.
Yeah, the same boat.
Yeah. So, I'm a real big proponent of my image and my reputation. So everywhere, on every continent that I've gone to on this planet, I make it a point to represent myself well because I'm not just representing me. I'm representing everybody that looks like me in every country that I visit. So when I go to a country, when people see me and experience me, I want them to say, huh, those African Americans are really, wow, I want some more to come. I want them to see me and be like, okay, well, yeah, we're hey, give him a free steak. I like that guy.
Yeah.
And I implore you guys for when you are traveling abroad, and not just traveling overseas, but even in America, have some pride in yourself. Carry yourself with some class, because our image is already at the bottom on the entire planet. We're already starting from behind every morning when we wake up. Why go into the world and place yourself even lower? So we as a group need to make strides and efforts to lifting our image, so people can stop demonizing melanated skin. I'm waiting for the day when our image is at the top where it should be.
I mean, we're going there. A lot of races are trying to be black now.
Yeah, they can try,
But they
you
don't
can't.
got no
You ain't
melanin.
got that. You can't do it. You can try.
You can't buy it.
You can't do it. You can try. You keep trying. It ain't gonna
You
work.
keep trying it. Yeah,
It's not gonna work.
it's not going to work.
No.
Probably change your hair. Then get some tan.
Yeah.
But still.
What would you say about have you dated many white guys here in Kenya?
Have I dated many white guys?
Meaning 3 or more.
Dated?
Yeah, I guess dated, yeah. Been seen out with. Like if I go to Sarrett Center and I'm eating my lunch at in the food court,
Holy
and when I see
shit,
you
this is gonna get
walking by with my Caucasian bud.
Okay. I'd say I've dated like 2 Caucasians,
Okay.
but they're not really that white, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Their mannerism and the kind of crowd they have around them, not really that white.
Okay.
But I love melanated men.
Okay.
Tall.
Tall. How tall are you?
Tall. I'm 5'6",
5'6".
but I go for 6'7", 6 foot and above.
6'4" and above. Oh yeah,
I
you
just
like
find
tall.
them very attractive.
So you like Sudanese men? Cause I seen about 4 Sudanese guys walking through the mall, and I was looking.
I don't like Sudanese men.
They tall.
They tall, but they're not for me.
They're not for you. They got the height, but something is lacking.
Something is lacking.
Something is lacking. Well, you know, everyone has.
Most of the Sudanese here in Kenya. Let me just say the ones here in Kenya. No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Everybody absolutely has a right to their preferences and what have you. Now, the question I want to ask is, I happen to have an opinion when I see, like for example, today, I was walking through Sarah Center. I saw the biggest, most largest white dude that I've ever seen, probably in my life in person. And he was walking with a Kenyan lady, and they had 2 little mixed babies. And I heard his accent. He was American.
Oh.
And I saw it, and I was like, hey, I don't want to judge, but I know you got to survive. Believe me, I know that you have to survive. I know you want a better life for your children. I understand.
I'm very disappointed in that because come on.
But you gotta choose better.
Better. Choose the great one. Come on.
Oh my.
Choose the good one.
Oh my goodness. You know, I have heard a lot of stories of Kenyan ladies who have intentionally married a white guy from overseas, whether it be Germany or America or wherever they're from, and with the intent of leaving and securing the bag, if you will. Have you witnessed this at all?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
But for me, I'd say it's because of family background, poverty, and things like those.
So probably the same situation as the lady that I saw earlier today.
Yeah, they probably have some financial
Burdens.
bargains, and they're probably the breadwinners back home. Probably the dad and the mom is not working. Like, she just has to make the money. She has to have the dollar. She has to send something back home. And the only way she can do that is probably going for that kind of man. Of which, I mean, if probably she had a job or something else, she wouldn't go for that kind of person. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If she had something going on for herself,
Now
she wouldn't settle for that. It's just poverty.
I do want to make clear, all of these interracial relationships here in Kenya are not all huge blobs of fat like that one fellow. They're not all like that.
What's wrong with big fat though?
You should have saw him. I mean, he's
a beast.
The way he was walking, he was about to die.
Ooh.
Like he was like breathing hard. Like it was bad. He should be in the hospital. He was big. He was big. Yeah, he was big.
Oh.
He was big. He was over 500 pounds easily. He was big.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you guys do kilograms, so he was over 1,000 kilograms.
1,000 kilograms, more than a problem.
So 250.
250.
Yeah, he was over 250.
250 kgs.
Kg.
Dang, the motherfucker is heavy.
Easily, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but so even the the regular looking guys, I'm curious as to how prevalent that particular circumstance is, where they come from the poverty and what have you, and they have no other choice than to secure this very basic, not all that impressive white guy with the intention of securing the bag and not staying with him long term. I'm curious as to how prevalent that is in Nairobi.
What do you mean prevalent? What do you mean by that?
I'm curious as to how common.
How common? Mm-hmm. It depends with the neighborhood, let me say.
Your neighborhood?
Yeah, it depends with where you come from.
Oh, it depends on where the lady comes from.
Yeah.
So.
Because if you go to like the really poor areas, then it's very common. Mm-hmm. If you come from a really good background, then you wouldn't even notice it.
Now that's powerful. So if I was a white guy coming here to Kenya to date or to find a wife or whatever, It sounds like one of his most important questions should be where was she raised and what's her family background. That would be one of the first questions I would think I would want to ask.
But I
Is
mean,
that
if
true
you're
or
a
false?
man, that shouldn't be a problem.
Where she's from?
Yeah.
Well,
if you actually really like her, that shouldn't actually be a problem.
Well, you mentioned it depends on. Well, I wanted to know how common it is, and you said, well, it depends on her.
Oh, no, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would want to know, because just like any man, I would want to know that the woman that I'm dating and I'm considering having children with and marrying, she likes me for me.
For you, oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's any man, black, white, purple, or yellow. I would want to know that the woman that I'm dating, she's with me because she cares about me and she likes me for me. So with that being the case, I would think if I was a white guy, that would be probably the first question that I would ask.
But then can you ask yourself, is love actually really unconditional though?
Is it unconditional?
Is it?
With your children, that's about it.
I don't think love is unconditional.
Okay.
Whether from a man, whether from a woman, it's not. There's something you're getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the person you choose to love and the person you choose.
Mm-hmm.
I think you choose your partner. You choose your love. You choose. It's really not unconditional. So probably for her, she'll go for the money. But she'll still love you. She'll take care of you. Whether you're big, fat, dying, ugly. She wants that. She wants that. She wants that particular situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still love.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I mean, just know what you want and go for what you want. Just don't find somebody and you're trying to change them to fit in your box.
To fit in your box.
Yeah, just go for your box. Don't, yeah.
So what would your box be?
My box?
Yeah, let's talk about Trizza's box.
Why my box?
Trizza's
then?
box.
Crazy.
Trizza's box. Yeah, let's talk about Trizza's box.
My box. Dang.
What is it
You're putting me out there.
Ooh, got to. I got to.
Why?
Oh, absolutely have to.
I know. Come
What is
on.
it that
Come on.
Trizza's
Come on.
interested in? What is your type? We know tall.
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 Okay, you gotta be smarter than me because I actually think I'm really smart.
Okay.
And if I'm talking to you and you're not challenging me in a certain kind of way, I just get so bored. I'll be like, what the fuck is this person talking about? Are you actually my female friend, my bitch, or are you a man? I want you to be very, very smart.
Right.
Smarter than me.
Okay.
You gotta be, how do I say it? This English thing there. How do I say it? You gotta be.
I'm very curious as to what you're about to say.
Okay. You gotta have a future.
You gotta have something going for yourself.
Exactly.
He's gotta have something going for himself. He's gotta be going places.
Yeah, you gotta think further than now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want somebody who's growing. I just don't want a stagnant man.
Right.
Somebody who's just stuck. I'd get bored with that. Like, hey, man, do something.
Okay.
I need adventure. I need something happening every single day.
Okay, you guys listening?
Crazy.
She's letting you know. You better have something going for yourself. Because if you don't, she's not paying no attention to you.
Yeah, and also I want a calm man, like calm, who doesn't talk a lot. Kind of introverted. Let me say a nerd.
A nerd?
Kind of a nerd.
Okay.
Because
So
I talk a lot.
You guys that's good at math. Come holler at her. You don't talk a lot and you're good at math? And you tall?
If you tall, please locate me, find me, take me with you. Yeah.
This would be a good time to plug your IG. You want to tell the folks your IG?
Yeah. So at Trizza._Sandra.
At Trizza _Sandra.
Sandra. On IG, yeah.
So if you have any interest in this young lady, you better come. You better shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Steph Curry style. Hit the DMs. Hit her.
Crazy. But you gotta have some money too. Come on. Maintenance.
Can't be broke.
Can't be broke.
Don't come around here being broke. Ain't that right?
Because why are you broke as a man? Let's talk about that.
Why
Are you
being
broke
as
a man?
That is a very powerful question. Actually, I don't know what it's like to. I don't know. That's a.
Oh, you don't know how? Whoa! Good. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what you're saying.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of like that's.
Because
Kind of.
listen, you're going to your mind, you're like, hey, I need this, and your mind's like, fuck, what you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know
What you gonna do?
That's almost like asking me why be feminine as a man.
Why be feminine as a Kenyan man? Please take notes. I'm here rooting for you guys. Because listen,
you can't be stingy with the pockets.
you can't be stingy with the pocket.
I hear that word a lot out here.
They're very stingy.
There's a rumor.
They'll actually literally tell you, oh, could you come see me? And then you're like, okay, then pick me up or pay my Uber. They'll be like, ay, dang, nah, you know.
Transportation is an issue?
It's an issue for them. Imagine.
Payment for transportation is an issue.
It's an issue. I don't know if they don't want to or they just don't feel obligated. They feel like, come on. You can pay it too, so just pay it. They're very stingy.
Really?
Very stingy.
No, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
I know, right?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Have you found that the Black Americans or the passport bros, have you found them to be stingy as well or no?
The kind of men I've dated are not stingy. Let me say that. Shout out to everybody. Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody.
She said everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
So you got a roster, huh?
Not a roster, but come on. If it's 1, 2, still everybody, no?
Yep, that's a good
Still
point.
everybody.
Yeah, even if it's one, it's still everybody.
It's still everybody.
Everybody. All one body.
Come on. Come on.
Everybody.
Come on. It's still everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm good with linguistics, language. You're right. That is linguistically correct.
Is it?
I think so. You guys get down in the comments if that's not linguistically correct. I happen to believe that it is.
Well, but listen, when it comes down to me, it's correct. Okay.
It's correct. Oh,
it's exactly what I mean. 1, 2.
She said period.
Period.
Period, right? I was waiting for the period. Okay, cool. I believe I've gotten... Okay, so I believe, to sum it up, a lot of the backlash and a lot of the negativity that us Black Americans get from being in Kenya is largely due to our own actions, meaning, or specifically, a lot of the things that we say and our behaviors can be insensitive and rather mean.
Yeah, rather mean. Like, it's as if you're looking down at us. It's like...
The superiority complex has to disappear.
Yeah.
I believe if that superiority complex vanished overnight, I believe we wouldn't have a lot of the negative energy thwarted towards us that we do if that superiority complex vanishes.
Yeah, but also don't get broke.
Don't be broke?
No.
As a Black American?
No. You can't come from America and you're broke.
Have you met broke Americans?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can actually spot a broke American from afar. Like, why the hell are you broke and your dollar is so much stronger than our Kenyan shilling? Like, come on, just don't be broke, please.
Wow. Do you have any horror stories like that? I mean, hey, I date women, so I don't know what these other guys are doing. I don't have a clue. But yeah, guys, you got to do better.
Yeah, don't be broke, please.
If you could give guys one tip for how to be successful with dating Kenyan women, what would be the best tip that you would give?
Okay. I'm really bad giving advices, and if you actually listen to what I say, but still. Um, an advice or a tip.
A tip to the guys.
A tip to the guys.
How about to the local guys maybe?
To the local guys?
Yeah,
No, I've heard it. I've already given you guys a lot of things.
Ooh.
I'm done with you locals, okay?
You've already given them a lot of jewels, huh?
Yeah, so you just better pick up on those. Okay.
Pay for the Uber.
The Kenyan man?
That's the tip. Pay for the Uber.
Okay, yeah.
Pay for
Kenyan man,
transportation.
pay for transportation, okay?
Pay for the transportation.
Pay for the transportation.
No, I believe we've dropped a lot of jewels today. This has actually been a very successful conversation in my eye. Because I had legitimate questions. Because I really wanted to know what's up with the attitudes. Like, what's up with, let the dollar run out and like all of this hostility like towards us. Like, where is this coming from? Why does this exist? So, and I want to have...
It's not an attitude. It's the Kenyan way of communicating. It's not really in a mean way. It's just, we're actually telling you something that you have to listen to. Because listen, I don't know. Okay, what are you saying though?
I'm saying, as an African American, a lot of people don't know African Americans only make up like 13% of America, like of the entire population. We're only like 13 to 14% of the population. Furthermore, due to what happened with slavery, lots of us, we know nothing about where we come from. And it's interesting because when I mention, oh yeah, I'm like 30% Nigerian, when Kenyans hear that, it's humorous to them. Like, how can you be part
Nigeria?
Like, it doesn't
Part
comprehend.
Nigeria.
They don't it's not really well understood within this country exactly how we came to be. We don't know where we come from. We do know that.
Well, we know because of like generations grew, but so you wouldn't really know if your dad or your grandma was a slave. You wouldn't know where you come from.
From my experience, the large majority of Kenyans don't realize how lost we are. I have experienced on numerous occasions that a lot of Kenyans find it unsettling and they don't like how uncultured we are with where we come from, where we actually come from, because we don't know. We it's not our fault. We don't know. We can't answer a lot of the questions that we get from Africans who are from the diaspora.
That's upside.
Yeah, we can't answer the question. I don't know.
No. Like, why would I be upset? Because you don't know.
It's humorous. I've been laughed at. Like how do you...
I think they find it interesting. I don't think they're judging.
I know. I told a number of women. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like 30% Nigerian, and they will laugh and be like, what? How are you?
You think Nigerian is crazy though? Have you met Nigerians?
Mm-hmm. No.
You think Nigerian is crazy?
Do I think they're crazy? I don't have too many opinions on Nigerians outside of the fact that they tend to come here and treat the local Kenyan women as if they're prostitutes, which I don't like.
Yeah, but you being Nigerian, like you being 30% Nigerian is totally crazy.
Yeah, I suppose so. And I've gotten a question about how do you know, like, where did you get that from? And I'll say, oh yeah, there's a website called Ancestry.com. And every time I get the same response. You believe those results? Do you think that's accurate? You think that's accurate? See, we have no other choice. We don't know where we come from.
Crazy.
We don't know. You guys know. You have culture, rituals, like we have
rituals.
Yeah, customs. We don't have that. We don't have that. So we're literally like mutts. We're mixed with so many different things. We've lived in a country where we've been essentially aliens within the country that we were raised in. We're never really wanted. The United States is like 70% of white and white/Latino. So majority of the country don't look like us. So speaking for me, you grow up your entire life not fitting in or not being wanted, you always feel uncomfortable. White folks always make you feel uncomfortable. And then you come overseas to the diaspora believing that you're finding a home. And then you get a lot of negative backlash. It's like, damn, so are we not wanted anywhere?
No, it's because you come here to Africa with an ego. And you can't see it because it's the American way. There's that ego that the Americans have. So when you come here and you're not trying to blend, no, you're not trying to fit in, you're just trying to be, you're trying to show us something that, it's like you're trying to teach us. It's like you're trying to enslave us again. But either way, yeah, it's that. That's why you people have the backlash.
And there it is. That ego. I see it.
Do you?
Oh, I see it.
You actually do?
I can see it in facial expressions. I can see it in the way that certain folks talk to the locals. I can feel the energy. I can even see it on, but I'm very good with the energy though. I pick up, I read body language very well. I can see things that most other people can't see. So I don't believe it's that obvious as it is with me because I can see it pretty easily.
I swear to God, if the Black Americans come for me.
Well, the reality is the reality. And I appreciate you for being here today, young lady.
Yeah, sure.
You
Thanks
have
for having me.
very great insight.
Yeah.
You have very great insight.
I do.
And I needed to gain some understanding for what's going on out here in these Kenyan streets. So, you guys, thank you for watching this here broadcast. I will be bringing more episodes. I think I'm going to get more creative in the future. I'm going to have more than one guest. We're going to have 2 guests on here at the same time very soon. I actually have a whole another couch here, if you can see. I'm probably going to have 5 people in here for one show per episode. Who knows? We're going to get creative. But so, okay, hasta luego, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there in TV land. I will see you next time. See ya.